Welcome to anyone who is new to ecstatic dance, as well as any experienced dancers. All are welcome. We want to begin by preparing for the dance today, and I'm going to give you some background information and just some tips that I've learned having experienced multiple ecstatic dances. Every time the experience is completely unique, and it is your experience. That's the most important thing here, is that there are no predefined steps. You get to decide what kind of experience you have. Of course, there will be a music mix that I've produced that will invite you to experience the 5 rhythms. In just a few minutes, I will talk a little bit more about that. But first, we want to start with the preparation. What is it that you need to be able to do an ecstatic dance experience? So first of all is comfortable clothes. And today I have my butterfly cape on. It's one of my favorite festival outfits. Of course, you want water to hydrate. It's really important throughout the dance that you stay hydrated and then you hydrate yourself afterwards. Your body is going to be doing a lot of movement. You'll be releasing things through your pores and through sweat and all those things. And you want to have water to keep yourself hydrated and replenish that. Maybe a towel or a sacred cloth if you get sweaty or you just need to clean up. In an uninterrupted space, that you have room to move. So we're actually broadcasting from my living room today. If you like to have incense or crystals or oracle cards or sound healing bowls or drums, whatever it is that helps you bring this experience to life, you can gather those now. And maybe you want cushions or yoga mat or pillows, or you have a couch or a chair, if you need to take a rest part of the way through the dance, just making the space really, really comfortable. And then maybe even a sweatshirt or a sweater after the dance, because you will have expended a lot of energy. Maybe you'll be a little sweaty, but then you can get cooled off pretty rapidly. And so keeping yourself warm would be helpful. You will probably best hear the nuances of the music mix with earbuds or headphones, but also using a speaker in the room works just as well. And personally, I like to dance barefoot because while I don't directly have my feet on the earth, we actually live on the 3rd floor up here in the trees. All of the nerve endings of the soles of the feet become activated. But if you feel more comfortable dancing in socks or slippers, just something that'll make you move easily and it won't trip you up is really important. So that's a little bit about the preparation for the dance. Let's talk about why is it called ecstatic dance. Ecstatic dance isn't new. Our ancient ancestors gathered around the fire, told stories, turned over a skull or made a drum and danced to the rhythms, right? And they had various dances for different times of year for different purposes. And ecstatic dance in modern times is actually just honoring that ancient tradition. And the definition of ecstatic is feeling or expressing overwhelming happiness or joyful excitement, euphoria, and self-transcendence. So people often experience part of the way through a feeling of lightness, of feeling refreshed, being able to release. Now, not every part of the dance is going to be ecstatic. Some of it may be a little bit more challenging. You may listen to portions of the music mix and feel like, I don't really like that rhythm. That feels dissonant to me. And I invite you, to the extent that it's possible, for you to hold in with it, to stay with it, to work through those difficult times. Anyone who is a spiritual seeker understands the benefit of that shadow work, of understanding and paying attention when something in our body, when something in our mind is cropping up and it doesn't feel as comfortable. And you may actually feel a sense of letting go of your inhibitions. At first, you may feel a little self-conscious. You may think, oh, I need to use that 80s dance step that I knew, and now I'm dating myself, right? But it's not about that. It's really about allowing your body to move you, and letting go and surrendering to that fierce kind of wild animal part of yourself. I've been in ecstatic dance groups where people were pounding on the floor and growling and crawling around and just like letting themselves go. So to the extent that you feel comfortable with it, that is the invitation today. And what this does is help us feel alive. It uses movement to heal and to allow us to be expressive, to allow our body to tell a story, right? So often highly sensitive, energetically sensitive people are way up in our head or even floating out beyond our head. And we need to get into our body. We came here to have a physical experience. So it doesn't matter whether you've tried ecstatic dance before, or even if you feel like you have two left feet. There is no right or wrong way to do the dance. There's no steps to memorize. You simply allow your body and the music to move you in whatever way feels right in the moment. And even if you have a physical disability, and I live with a chronic condition, a chronic physical condition, you can pace yourself, right? You don't have to go all out. You don't have to be so intense. You can choose movements that feel good, and you can rest whenever you need to. You get to choose your entire experience. And if you're an experienced dancer, if you've done ecstatic dance before, welcome. I'm so excited. And I'd love to hear your feedback on how this dance sits with you and rests with you compared to some of your other experiences. So we are going to turn off our cameras here in just a few minutes so that you can dance freely without being observed. And of course, those that are tuning in later and watching the recording, that won't be relevant for you. The dance is about 33 minutes long, and it will take us on a shamanic journey through the 5 rhythms as developed by the teacher and light worker Gabrielle Roth. And Gabrielle Roth was an amazing, she's sort of like the godmother of modern ecstatic dance. And some years ago, the 5 rhythms channeled through her as she realized that the dance was a journey that mirrored our human journey from birth to childhood to adulthood, to elderhood, and on to the passing away from this earthly plane. And she passed away in 2012. So anyone who holds events like this is honoring her memory and channeling her into this space from the other side. And in the end, we will turn off the recording and share what we've discovered. And of course, sharing is always optional. And for those of you who are watching this recording, if you want to share underneath this video, as it's posted in the Lightworkers Festival, you're welcome to share any realizations, anything that emerged for you. So let's talk a little bit about the 5 rhythms, right? So we will begin with the rhythm of flow, right? Which is like the waters of birth, emergence, newness, right? The dance will start off soft and gentle, and you'll begin to move your body. We'll actually do a short warm up before we get into the flowing chapter of the rhythms. So that you can just, you don't want to ever start cold when you're doing any kind of physical activity. If you need to stretch, you can certainly do that as well. Once we go into flowing, which really mimics birth, right? Our entrance into this planetary space. We then move into staccato, right? Which is growing through childhood and into young adulthood. We're busy, we're playing, we're learning, we're growing, we're gaining language, we're learning about friendships, we're learning about the world, what's dangerous, what's good for us. And staccato is that, it's that movement, right? That growth. And then as we merge from young adulthood into the main part of adulthood, right? The peak of adulthood. It's sort of a climactic edge. We go into the energy of chaos, right? This is when people are often, kind of at the peak in their career. They're pursuing their dreams. Maybe they're starting families and balancing all of the life and work expectations. This is sort of chaos. They're engaged fully in the outer world. Really out there in terms of volunteering and being in communities and groups, And this is sort of that chaos period. And then as we release that peak of adulthood, we go into lyrical, which is the ascent. I don't say descent, I say ascent into elderhood. And this is the integration of your life wisdom. When you've really found your own melody, right? You're walking to the beat of your own drum, and it's very lyrical. It's very sweet. It's very all-encompassing. And then as we release the elderhood and we begin to move towards the end of life, the transcendent state, being able to see all of the aspects and reframing and looking at all of your life and everything that's happened, and hopefully being energized and welcoming the state of returning to being a pure energy being. This is the state of stillness. So we will finish the dance in that place. And we'll just give time and space for you to integrate and to release. If you like to journal, this is a great time for you to do that. Just to mark down anything that you learned, anything that emerged in the dance, any awarenesses, anything you'd like to process later. And I wanted to say that the dance can bring up, uncomfortable feelings. As they say, the body keeps score. As you move your sacred vessel, there might be old energies or memories or tensions that are trapped within you, and those might emerge a little bit. And I just invite you to be gentle with yourself in those moments. Just be present to whatever comes up. It's okay to cry or yell, or just to sit quietly and meditate and contemplate. I encourage you that if there is something that arises that you're struggling to process by yourself, because you don't need to process these things by yourself, that you reach out to a licensed healthcare provider. You don't have to go through this alone. But to the best of your ability, I ask you to commit to stay with the dance, be present, even if it does become a little bit uncomfortable. If it's intolerable, please stop. I don't ever want to perpetuate that you have to push yourself to do anything. You get to choose the movements, the pace, when to dance faster, when to slow down, when to pause and rest. This is an opportunity to shift out of the mind and into the body, and allow your body to move you. So now I want us to just tap in together, just quietly in your own space, to sense into what is your intention today? What is it that you're dancing for? Just allow that to come in. And just float that intention out in front of you into the space. Let it permeate every place, all the walls, touching the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Allow your intention to permeate. Allow it to permeate your physical vessel. And so we begin. We begin our dance in a standing position. You don't need to think about how to move. Your body already knows. Surrender and let it lead you. I invite you now to shift your attention from the cerebral realm, drifting peacefully into your heart. Diving down, down, down into your belly. Connecting even deeper within your root. Traveling down your legs and communing with your feet as they contact the floor and the earth below you. Begin to move your feet and notice the rhythm they wish to dance. Play with all the ways that your feet can slide and stomp and romp across the floor. Tune in to how your toes grip
and release. Pay homage to your knees, how they wish to bend and flex, telling a story about your willingness to be adaptable. Celebrate your hips, the rhythm of their sway. Moving right, moving left, circling around, stirring the creative flow within you. Activate your belly, honoring the space where your spiritual umbilical cord connects you with Mother Gaia and the entire universe. Open your chest and open your heart. Feel your shoulders begin to engage in the dance. What burdens are your shoulders longing to release and set down? Connect now with your arms. Explore all the ways they shift and move, entangle and disentangle. Allow your fingers to flow freely, communicating through a language of their own. Your neck wants to join the party now, the elemental connection point between your body and your brain. Notice how it flows with the rest of your physicality. Now engage your head, the sacred container. Is your head leading the dance? Remember, there are no predefined steps, no certain way that your body must look or way that it must move. Feel the pressures of societal norms slipping away bit by bit as you let go and invite your fierce, wild instinct to take over. That animal part of yourself who wants to come out has something important to share. It knows that, ironically, to reach spiritual ecstasy, you must first fully inhabit your body. Take this journey of reflection, intertwined with exertion, sweat, and perhaps even tears. You don't need to think about how to move. Your body already knows. Surrender and let it lead you. Welcome back, dearest light workers. As we slowly emerge from the dance, you may feel the desire to wiggle your fingers and toes. Connect with your breath and sense all of the vibrations that are running through your body. Any emotions that arise are just fine. Allow yourself to feel, witness your aliveness. Intuitively stretch in whatever way feels nourishing. At a visceral level, you already understand the rhythms of your life, your current chapter, your relationships, and your sacred calling. You've been playing this unique melody your whole life. You may want to gradually open your eyes, coming back into the space that you inhabit. Take your time, rest, relax, and integrate. When you are ready to sit up, please be sure to hydrate. And when you feel ready, you can stand, gently stretch, or walk around. Just loosening the body, releasing off any residual energy. If you love to journal, you're welcome to take a few moments to draw or write down anything that you received. But if you're not quite ready for that yet, affirm that any aha moments or brilliant insights you received through the dance are becoming embodied. They will not slip away.